Well, this is it, the final game and the final episode of Season 2. We'll be doing a full season roundup, of course, with all the stats, the goals, the goal scorers, and so much more like that. But we've got one game left to play. 90 minutes of football separate Manchester City and Real Madrid. Dreams of lifting the trophy, being Champions League winners. And it's the only trophy Manchester City will be lifting this season. If we do lift it, didn't win the Premier League, didn't win the Carabao Cup, and didn't win the FA Cup either. Look up against Xabi Alonso's side. This is going to be a real exciting one. A bit of news in terms of a player coming to us asking to play in the final. Rico Lewis says he knows Tajani's fit. He wants to play the final. I'll say you've got real potential for sure. Here are my thoughts for now, I promise you. Lewis is basically saying, play me in the final, or my time at Manchester City, I believe, is over. Pre-match press conference of Pep Guardiola before this UEFA Champions League final. Good old-fashioned sturdy defence. Is Ait-Nouri the man to do that? We'll celebrate Ait-Nouri's form. He's been brilliant for us at times. Also, he's been pretty poor defensively at times. Donnarumma, similar style to what we want from a goalkeeper. We'll just celebrate him as well. We'll say Donnarumma will start in most teams in the world. He's 92 rated. He's the best goalkeeper in the world. Out-and-out goalkeeper. And Guardiola, he missed the last game through suspension. Will Guardiola, cool head that we need to build from the back? We'll say so. But interesting questions. No questions about Haaland breaking perhaps Cristiano Ronaldo's record of 17 goals in the UEFA Champions League season. The opponent analysis makes the team look like this. Real Madrid expect to start with Mbappe up top, Bellingham in behind, and Vinicius Jr. and Arda in the wide areas. Federico Valverde and Orhan Tchouameni in the midfield too. Trans and at the right back, Alvaro at the left back, and then it is Huijsen and Rudiger partnering with Courtois in goal. That is expected starting 11. They've got on the bench Rodrigo, Camavinga, former Barcelona man Vitor Roque, returns to Europe with Real Madrid, their rivals. Brahim Diaz, former City man, is there. Estes, the backup goalkeeper. Luis Skelly has been signed from Arsenal, and Raul Asencio as well. I expect the starting 11 we see there, expect to start, will start. They're in great form, 3 key defensive players, 3 key attacking players, and they've won all 3 of their last 3 games in the UEFA Champions League. They play high pressing, high intensity attacking football. With those players, it is unbelievable. And Vinicius Jr. wants to sign off his time at Real Madrid with, I think, the Champions League trophy. This is the side I've decided on for the UEFA Champions League final. Some players will be disappointed not to be starting, but this is how it's going to go. Donnarumma in goal, El Hilali, Kasanov, Diaz and Guardiola back 4. Guardiola plays left back for the first time this season. You've got to do a classic Pep Guardiola overthink in the final, and that is my crazy overthink. Rodri, Reinders and Cherki in the usual midfield 3. Semenyo, Haaland and Marmoush, the Manchester City front 3. On the bench, Bataya, Stones, Ait-Nouri, O'Reilly, Nico, Anderson, Luis Savinho and Oscar Bob. Manchester City, pressure is on now. Well, here we go. UEFA Champions League final at Wembley Stadium. Manchester City get to play in their home country to win it, perhaps in front of their own fans. Real Madrid have to travel to Wembley. But we've seen Premier League sides go to Champions League final before. Manchester United, for example, face off against Barcelona at Wembley and get beaten convincingly. Trophy on the line today is to be the champions of Europe. And City's Tifo banner, of course, is that man in midfield, Rodri. Our only ever Ballon d'Or winner. And the man who beat the man on the Real Madrid side, Vinicius Jr., to that award. Jude Bellingham is the captain for Real Madrid. Ruben Diaz is the captain for Manchester City. We've got pace in and around him today with Kasanov and El Hilali. The road to the final, they beat a few good teams in the way. Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Manchester City beating Real Madrid. Borussia Dortmund, Liverpool on the way. What a Champions League final we have in store here today. And I'm so excited for it. I think Real Madrid go with the exact sort of 11 we expect. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola changed things up. Changed things up in a way that wasn't expected by Xabi Alonso. And hopefully, that is something that catches him off guard. But I mean, against Vinicius Jr., their backline is so quick. But we've beat Real Madrid this season in the Champions League. We beat them last year in the Champions League. But in a final, I think that is a different ball game entirely. So there is the Manchester City side, captained by Ruben Diaz. Bench looks strong as well. So Donnarumma in goal. A back 4 of El Hilali, Kasanov, Diaz and Guardiola. Rodri, Reinders and Cherki in City's midfield 3. Haaland, Marmoush and Antoine Semenyo, City's front 3. That is the City side that look to take Manchester City all the way to glory and be European champions for the second time in the club's history. To be Champions League finalists, to be Champions League winners. But in our way is this team, Real Madrid. The team that have won the Champions League more times than anyone else. 21 times, I believe, that Real Madrid have won this competition, and they're looking to make it 22 today. That is the quality of their side. That is the level that they perform in this competition. Xabi Alonso, captained by Jude Bellingham's side. The likes of David Alaba, Rodrigo, Vitor Roque on the bench, or Courtois in goal. Trent, Rudiger, Huijsen, Alvaro, the back four. Camavinga, Tchouaméni, midfield 2. Bellingham, Vinicius, Junior Guila, midfield 3. Or the attacking 3 behind Mbappe. No Federico Valverde. Camavinga preferred ahead of him in the midfield. He is on the bench. Champions League final. Here we go. Manchester City versus Real Madrid. So excited. Guardiola, the poor pass through to Tijani Reinders. Read by Trent. I mean, I'd love to have Jeremy Doku against Trent today. Of course, we know where that situation is. Doku still suspended, but whether that changes at the start next season, as Diaz steps out and takes it off Mbappe brilliantly. Reinders gives it away to trying to find Marmoush. Adagula gives it away to Haaland. Through to Marmoush. Could be trouble to start this one for Real Madrid. Omar Marmoush! Manchester City lead in the UEFA Champions League final. What a mistake by Real Madrid, and Marmoush scores his 13th of this competition. What a mistake by Madrid in the final there. Who makes that mistake? I'm not quite sure. And Marmoush makes no mistake in front of Thibaut Courtois. Had Semenyo with him. This Rudiger gives it away, and Marmoush is in behind, and Real Madrid panic. What a start to the UEFA Champions League final for this Manchester City side. 1-0, and it's Omar Marmoush, and thankfully I've started him ahead of Savinho, maybe. Maybe Savinho misses that. 13 goals in this competition, Marmoush has been lethal. And he's again there. In 17 minutes, we get the opening goal. And that changes things. As most Champions League finals, they end by like 1-0. They rarely have lots of goals in them. Two sides are very cagey. Rudiger over the top here. And here's Vinicius one-on-one with Omar El Hilali. Vinicius inside. Mbappe. Sanov can't stop him. Mbappe. Still Mbappe. El Hilali. Great challenge in the box. Don't give away a penalty, City. Well played. Well done, Emmett. You don't want your goalkeeper doing things like that in the final, but he is doing. That wide to Ardagula. Guardiola, great play, and slams it out for a throw-in. Real Madrid have been trying in this first half, other Manchester City. Both sides have been quite good defensively. It's just one Madrid mistake that's the difference. Bellingham. Good feet. Bellingham still. Bellingham! Oh, Diaz! He's had a brilliant final, and he stands off Jude, and Jude scores an absolute wonder goal for 1-1. And he goes straight back to centre circle to carry on. Now, we won't see the highlights, but Jude Bellingham, what a goal. He's 8th this campaign. Ruben Diaz should do a lot better there. He hasn't got the acceleration Diaz to get close to a player. If they get slightly away from him, there's no recovery pace, there's no acceleration. El Hilali. Oh, he's been done by Vinicius, and now we're in trouble. And here's Vinny Jr. Flips it in. 2-1. Tchouaméni. Vardy wrong side. The first time we've lost Vinicius Jr. today, and he punishes us. 2-1 Real Madrid at the start of the second half. That could have been a worse start for City in the second half. Terrible. Now we've got to get through them again here. We've got to be more expansive. He's first in the Champions League. Got in the box there. Fantastic header, but when you full-back Vardy has to do better than that. Semenyo in behind against Alvaro, who's quick. Shaqiri. Reinders. Shaqiri. Semenyo. Across the box here. Marmoush is waiting. Brilliant by Trent. It's smashed into his own play by Alvaro. And behind for a corner. Chance. Shaqiri over it. Shaqiri and Rodri. Flicks it on. Haaland is there. Semenyo with a thumping header into the hands of Thibaut Courtois. We're missing Foden. Mbappe. Switch of play, Vardy. Fly at that. He doesn't do. Adagula. Ball into Mbappe! Oh, what a save by Gigi Donnarumma. We've got to make change. We're struggling. Bellingham. Crossing again. Tchouaméni again. Donnarumma this time gets there. Out to Anderson. Shaqiri. Wide to Savinho. Here's the Brazilian Savinho. He's surely quicker than Howson. Savinho in the final save by Courtois. That was his moment to be a City hero. Shaqiri. Trent out of position. Space for Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo. Into the box here to Savinho again and again. You can't finish it off. Mbappe beats Kusanov to it. Rodrigo. Oh, come on, City. Bellingham, Mbappe, Rodrigo. Space here. Diaz in a foot race with Rodrigo. Oh, Ruben Diaz, credit to him. Read it well, Rodri. Kusanov. Cherki. Anderson. And he finds Semenyo again here. Antoine Semenyo for City. Into Haaland here. Erling Haaland! 2-2! Erling Haaland scores. And he breaks the goal record in the UEFA Champions League season. Ronaldo got 17 in the 12-13 year. Erling Haaland gets 18. Found by Semenyo. Played in behind. Semenyo's been great off his left, actually, in the second half. Rolls it to him. And he makes no mistake. He beats Thibaut Courtois. 2-2. Come on. What a big goal that is. What a big goal that is by Erling Haaland. Kusanov flies in and Guardiola cuts it out. Semenyo. Anderson. Good find to Cherki. Oh, Savinho's gone. He's onside, Savinho. He lays it off to Erling Haaland. 3-2 Manchester City. We turn the game around. What a tactical change by Pep Guardiola. And we're in front of the Champions League final now. We're in front of the Champions League final now. Erling Haaland makes it 3-2. What a ball by Cherki. Unselfish from Savinho. Haaland taps it in. And do we make defensive changes now? I think we might do. Savinho across to Haaland. He smashes it in for 3-2. Guardiola celebrates it. We need to make tactical changes immediately. Savinho's come on and made an impact. It feels wrong to take him off. I don't want to get Semenyo off either, though, because of the counter-attack. I think Savinho's going to have to play left wing-back for now. How can we sub off a player who's made such a big impact? It feels wrong. So, Nico for Cherki. Savinho playing left-back. City fine at the back. Haaland and Semenyo up top. Don't let this slip straight away. Don't let this slip straight away! Oh my word! What are we doing? What is that from Manchester City? We go to a back five and instantly Diaz and Guardiola say we're not tracking the runners at all. What is that? I've just tactically changed to a back five, a three in midfield, two up top. Yeah, great. No. Rodri. Anderson. Wide towards Semenyo. Haaland through the middle. Semenyo. Got to make that pass. Here's Camavinga. Mbappe. Take him out. Can't do. Camavinga. Nico Antala's great challenge and El Hilali away towards Savinho. 2 added minutes here into the 90th minute. Anderson, another great ball to Savinho. Savinho. Over to Haaland or Rudiger. You lucky boy that Haaland can't get that under control. Full time, 90 minutes over. It's extra time we go. How did we not do that? How did we defend so badly after that goal that we thought we'd got the winner from? 3-3 extra time it is against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League final. He's off. El Hilali chasing him. Can't stop him. Oh, and into Vinicius Jr. Big trouble for City here, Vinny. Vinicius Jr. Ruben Diaz. Credit to him. What a bit of defending that is. And Rodrigo wins it back for his team. Camavinga. Rodri cuts it out. Anderson. Anderson, great carrying. Haaland. Antoine Semenyo in a Champions League final. The former Bournemouth man. Antoine Semenyo! How has he missed it? El Hilali would defend him. Away to Anderson. Luis Skelly back forward. Vinicius Jr. Vita Roque. Good tackle by Kusanov. Away by Nico. Well played. Anderson. City playing pure in the counter here. Get going, Savinho. Ah, Savinho. Camavinga. Try to take... Oh, we've listed a man in the middle here. Vita Roque. Ruben Diaz has been great today. He's done it again there. Savinho. Oh, it's been rubbish, Savinho. Really. In this extra time, he's been terrible. Real Madrid have been all over us. Luis Skelly. Trent. Can't get across with anyone. Peter Roque runs off him. Donnarumma! What a save by Gigi Donnarumma. Thank you. That's why we signed you, for these big, big moments, these big saves at the moment. Ball in. Oh, Rudiger cracks the bar. Diaz lost the header. Antonio Rudiger doesn't. Wow, and he cracks the bar. Semenyo. Anderson. Haaland, it's meant for Semenyo. Haaland's onside here. Erling Haaland's onside here. Erling Haaland's onside here. 4-3 Manchester City. A hat-trick in the Champions League final. 20 goals in the competition. Is that going to win it for Manchester City? I was passing it back to Semenyo. And I thought Haaland's offside. And he wasn't. I need to make defensive changes again here now. There is options I'd like to bring on defensively. Haaland in. Outside of the boot past Thibaut Courtois. How are we going to win this game, considering the Madrid performance? I don't know what that looks like in possession. It looks like that. 11 men behind the ball, Manchester City. Do not make a mistake now. Semenyo off. Savinho off. O'Reilly and John Stones on. And we've got 11 men behind the ball now. Oh, terrible throw-in. El Hilali. Kusanov. Forward to Haaland. Oh, just get it away. Peter Roque, no. John Stones, no. Rodrigo. Peter Roque, what a save by Gigi Donnarumma, away by Kusanov. Full-time whistle goes. What a save by Donnarumma. In the last minute of the UEFA Champions League final, he wins us the UEFA Champions League final. Manchester City are champions of Europe. 118th minute goal from Erling Haaland, a hat-trick from Erling Haaland in the final. Who can say he doesn't turn up in the big games? Manchester City are Champions League winners. And what a performance it had to be. Typical City fashion of this season, we conceded 3 goals. We were poor defensively at times. But we came back. We showed fight, determination. Donnarumma, what a performance between the goal post by Gigi Donnarumma. Anderson off the bench was fantastic. Manchester City were fantastic. And if this is Pep Guardiola's last game for Manchester City, he gets to see his side lift a UEFA Champions League trophy. Up steps Ruben Diaz. Our only trophy this season, but it might be just the most difficult to win. Manchester City are UEFA Champions League winners, and what a way to end Season 2. What a fashion to end Season 2 with that performance by Manchester City. Winners of the UEFA Champions League, the best side in Europe. We might not win the Premier League, we might have gone out the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, but that big Champions League trophy is going on the mantelpiece of Manchester City. Diaz captains us to it. He was incredible in the final, barring one mistake, the 3-3. Haaland was unbelievable. Manchester City are unbelievable. We're Champions League winners. We are Champions League winners for the first time in this series, and I am so happy with that. The episode isn't over yet, though. We've got end of season roundup, awards, and so much more to come just yet. So don't leave right now. There's so much more to enjoy, plus maybe some extra bits. There is the Champions League trophy, and the City players enjoying it. First time this season I've won this in this series, I've won this trophy. It feels amazing. This cannot be the last time we win this trophy in this series. Next year, we've got to be here again, and we've got to try and win it again. We can see the final analysis of the game there, which is obviously important, but the really most important thing is we know who performed well in that game. In that game was some really incredible performances, and those players reflecting the analysis. But it is the final best analysis of the season. That is our best start 11 on the right side. A front three of Semenyo, Haaland and Doku. A midfield three of Reinders, Rodri and Cherki. And a back four of O'Reilly, Vardy, Diaz, Kusanov, Donnarumma in goal. That is our best analysis team 11 of the season. Highest player is Haaland, 95, and he got a 98 because of his final rating that really brought him up. Semenyo a 92. They're the 2 top players, and they'll be the 2 top nominees for Player of the Season as well. But the analysis ratings look great and deserving for those players. The performances they've put in, especially in that final, have been amazing. It's end of season roundup time to round up what we have achieved in this season. Starting off with the Premier League where we did finish third in the league. Arsenal winning it. But we get Champions League football alongside Liverpool and Spurs. Going down are Ipswich, Burnley and Southampton. City hitting a good record actually. 108 goals in the Premier League but 53 conceded defensive issues. A record Erling Haaland broke was goals scored. 40 in the Premier League this season. In third place, Antoine Semenyo with 22. Haaland breaking his own record. Top of the assists was Semenyo with 15. And Shirky not too far behind with 12. Semenyo, one of the players of the season. Clean sheets goes to David Raya with 11. Donnarumma at 10. But it's the amount of goals we concede when we do concede. Yellow cards, Sarr. Red cards, Hato. Average rating, Memphis Depay ahead of Haaland. Semenyo, and that man we love so much, Jeremy Doku, has been out of the squad after what happened this season. On to the Emirates FA Cup, where Manchester City went out early on in that one. We don't want to see the goal scorers, we want to see the actual FA Cup result. The winner was Arsenal, so they've done a double it looks like, beating Aston Villa in the final. Semi-finals, they beat Coventry to get their top goal scorer. He's Evan Anderson with 4. On to the Carabao Cup now, which was our next competition, where we finished. Arsenal won that as well. Wow, Arsenal have done a domestic treble. Premier League, Carabao Cup and FA Cup, so no wonder they won the Premier League. Congratulations to them. They beat Chelsea in the final. And then it's on to, we'll just have a look at the Championship as well. We'll have a look at Europa League. Winners were Benfica. Jose Mourinho wins that. Conference League is won by Milan. And then actually the Championship we want to look at. Leeds coming back up, West Ham coming up. It's between Wolves, Hull City, Coventry, Leicester City to come back to the Premier League. Ligue 1 is won by Strasbourg. Wow. Paris Saint-Germain's dominance ends by the Blue Coal Group. Strasbourg. Surprising. Bundesliga. Leverkusen and Dortmund and Bayern's dominance again with a win. Serie A is won by Juventus back to the top. 2 points clear of Atalanta. Look at that. Bologna in third. Credit to them. And La Liga is won by Barcelona. Real Madrid finished third. All their eggs were in the Champions League basket. Barcelona go on to win that. So that is the roundup of the sort of competitions, the other leagues from around the world that we're interested in. And now it's time to look at our player stats for the season in this squad. So first the top 3 used players. So Haaland plays 57 games this season. Donnarumma plays 54. Guardiola plays 54. Our top goal scorers come with Erling Haaland. 63 goals in 57 appearances for Erling Haaland. Semenyo with 30. Omar Mush also hitting 30 in 47 and 52 games. Top in assists is Ryan Shirky with 21. Semenyo with 19 and Erling Haaland with 17. And let's run through the full squad now then. So Haaland, 57 games, 63 goals and 17 assists. Donnarumma, 54 games, 11 assists. Guardiola, 54 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. Rodri, 53 games, 7 goals and 9 assists. Tajani Reinders, now 89 rated, 52 games, 9 goals and 7 assists. Omar Mamouche, 52 games, 30 goals and 10 assists. Ryan Shirky, 49 games, now 86 rated, 9 goals and 21 assists. Elliot Anderson, 48 games, 4 goals and 10 assists. Semenyo, 47 games, 30 goals and 19 assists. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. What a signing alongside Elliot Anderson he has been. Savinho gets 14 assists, which is incredible. 8 goals in 43 appearances. He's better than we actually think. El Hilali, 39 games, 1 goal, 5 assists. Ait Nuri, no goals, but 8 assists from fullback, 37 appearances. The same for Diaz, who gets 10 clean sheets. Nico Riley, 36 games, no goals, but 4 assists, 82 rated now. Nico Gonzalez, 36 games, 3 goals and 4 assists. Kusanov, 35 games, 1 goal and 1 assist. Trafford out on loan, 31 games to Manchester City. Off of Burnley, out on loan, he looks to be moving away permanently, probably. Stones, 28 games in his final season for the club, 1 goal, 2 assists. Bob, only 26 games, but 6 goals and 3 assists. Nunes, 24 games, no goals and 2 assists. Phil Foden, unfortunately, ACL injury has made him decrease by 2. He's down to 87 rated now from 89. Only 19 games this season, 1 goal and 7 assists in that time. Rico Lewis, 18 games and 3 assists. He is unhappy with his game time. Jeremy Doku, 17 games only, 5 goals and 8 assists. Unavailable, still suspended. We don't know where his future lies, but it looks like it's away from Manchester City. Juma Barr played 15 games for Aston Villa. Ryan McKennie, 38 games. 38 games. Now 68 rated. He'll go up massively over this summer. 15 games, 3 goals and 1 assist. Vita Heiss, 11 games, no goals, no assists. Echeverri, now nearly 80 rated. Successful series for him, or season for him at Bournemouth. 10 games in just the Premier League anyway. 2 goals and no assists, but nearly 80 rated. Mikasa, only 8 games, but he will go up over the summer. Joel and Dala expected to leave the club 6 cup games anyway, 1 goal, 1 assist. Bataya, only 6 games for us. Simpson Puzé, 5 games, looking good, developing well. Max Elaine developing as well, also both at Sunderland. Siltonen, he only shows their cup games, but he's doing well, 71 rated. Maha Kaditho now 80 rated. He's probably going to be in the first team next season. Mafuni, only 3 games, a loan to Swansea is in his future. Bethelin, just 1 game, but a great third choice goalkeeper. Seven Naipan, ready for first team football after a loan at Rennes. Ahmed, ready for another loan away. As the same for Lakal Samuel, who's grown to 67. And for Michael Noonan, now 66 rated. The Vimamama will want first team football, 74 rated. Ahmedou Sangare, 75 rated. 1 more loan move for him, and he's a Manchester City first team player. McFarlane up to 68 rated out on loan. Regan Heskey up to 70 rated out on loan. Manuel Oliveira will continue his development at Girona next season, now nearly 70 rated. Katovic, nearly 70 rated. And then, of course, we have Dell, who didn't play a game for us, joined in January. And then some youngsters in the youth system, Floyd Samba and Finley Gorman, and also Harrison Miles and Jack Wint playing no games for Manchester City. But key performers we know, Haaland, Donnarumma and Vardiol. The Player of the Season Award, the Young Player of the Season Award and the Underrated Player of the Season Award will be in the community post. Go ahead and see who we voted for that. Today's episode is not over yet because we're going to actually discuss what is going to happen in the future of this series, because we did get a bit of information saying if we don't spend the money before the end of the window or before the start of next season, they're going to take that money away from us. Is Pep Guardiola staying? Is Pep Guardiola going? You will find out next. So firstly, it's awards for the season, talking about the Underrated and Youngest Player of the Season award. These are the 4 nominees for each of those awards. You can head over to the community tab over the next few days and vote for these. You can see the stats the players got as well, goals, assists and appearances, and there's some really good options in there. And of course we do have the Player of the Season award too, and that will be between these 4 players right here: Erling Haaland, Antoine Semenyo, Ryan Cherki and Rodri as well. So you guys can vote for the Player of the Season, the Young Player of the Season and the Underrated Player of the Season. I think my Underrated Player of the Season has to go to Marmouche because of his numbers in that group. My Player of the Season is either Erling Haaland or Antoine Semenyo, but it's tight between him and Haaland. I mean, Cherki's up there as well, but I think it's between those 2. And Young Player of the Season, I think it's got to be Nico O'Reilly. But the big thing you will find out is Pep Guardiola signing a new contract? Well, you guys have been voting, and you voted for this decision. Jeremy Doku's leaving Manchester City. He's fell out with Pep Guardiola. What do we do? And you said Pep Guardiola stays and a certain player joins. So it is going to be a third, fourth, fifth, final, anyway, contract extension for Pep Guardiola. The journey continues to 2029. 2 more years of Pep Guardiola. You've convinced him, the fans convinced him, the club convinced him, the players convinced him, a couple of new signs might have convinced him. Hugo Fiana has convinced him as well. So please do like the video if you're not already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Head over to the members section if you want to see this new era with, of course, still Pep Guardiola in charge, a new season starting earlier than anyone else. And we'll see you guys for a big one next time.